Welcome back, my little lore addicts. It's that time once more for another episode of the history of Draco. Previously, we have covered Count Gerverin Draco, the Lord of Fear, patriarch of the Draco family. We have covered Rendrig the Swift, the first successor to the throne. Tonight we will be delving into the third generation of the family, focusing on Vlad Draco, the Wise King. As previously stated, Vlad was very brazen in his approach to directly address two outrageously powerful gods, when he had only been brought to observe and learn. However, he stunned everyone by directly addressing them to offer a solution to the war they themselves could not find and bring peaceful end to the hostilities. Now, it goes without saying that skirmishes did continue to occur, for the Greek and Egyptian gods were not so quick to give up on the war. After all, Zeus and Ra were offered no direct appeasement. It remains a fact, however, that even a god is faint when dealing with a dragon. After the post-war battle count had exceeded more than 20 reported cases, with no end in sight, and that trend was one that was continuing to rise rapidly, Diagon, Ra, and Zeus and Menomachar decided it was in fact time to take action. Ra and Zeus were granted expanded kingdoms off the continent of Cambeus in exchange for giving up their dwellings within the land. Given the size of the Korak Desert that he currently ruled, Ra was very reluctant. While hot-headed and greedy, he was no fool. Giving up the current land he had conquered, Ra took his chief warrior Kashem and led his armies and his entire pantheon off the mainland to a massive desert oasis continent over the Blood Sea. Zeus and his brood were less hesitant. After seeing the land given to Ra and his followers, they were given a tremendous archipelago with a dormant volcano at its heart, which was surrounded by lush farmland. The humans that followed grew some of the finest grapes there, said to be enhanced by Diagon's wild magic. To this day, the finest wine in the dynasty, the Chateau Tracini, is made from the grapes from the Grecian Empire. Menomachar's people primarily fought in self-defense. They were tired of the war with the dragons and did not want to further dwindle the already dying race. However, even amongst the dynasty, there were still those who wished to cause chaos. Standing atop the parapets of Castle Amananel, Vlad and Rendrig stared over the lush blue grass flowing through the forest of Realm. The grass and forest had a calming effect on all who saw it. Vlad and Rendrig conversed openly as had become their habit, initially discussing their upcoming battle of succession. A knight reported to Rendrig that another fight had broken out, with a term granted to a grouping of 4 to 5 dragons, of blue dragons having been slain. Rendrig immediately switched gears, ordering the accused to be placed under arrest, and dispatching his knights, the Order of the Emerald Fang. Seething at the fact that his own people had not only violated the creed of the gods, but that they would murder blue dragons. At this point, the blue species had dwindled down to no more than only 10 after the report just made was accounted for. Ready to ride out to meet the accused head on himself, Rendrig was stopped by an arm on his wrist. Staring bloody murder, Rendrick's gaze softened when he saw Vlad's face. Vlad, having sensed his father's intention, spoke while not moving his hand. He explained that there was still too much pent-up aggression in the air and that the people needed an outlet. After several moments of an explanation, Rendrick could not help but stare at his son in disbelief. Vlad had done it again. The younger elf had suggested creating a sport for the people to take part in that would occupy their more basic instincts and desire to harm. Vlad detailed the ins and outs of this sport, called Raid. Yay, Raid Shadow Legends. No, we're not sponsored by that. I've never played it, in my defense. But it would have felt wrong not to mention that and not make the joke that you hear everybody make. This sport called Raid to his father. For those interested, Raid is basically a crossover between Quidditch, Blitzball, and rugby. Patting his son on the head, Rendrick summoned his counselor and royal vizier, Persephone the Wise. He explained how he wanted to implement Raid into the academies and to set about creating a professional league for those not in the academy. Now, I do apologize. There will be more coming in our next episode. However, I did want to leave you all with a little something so that you're not waiting in almost an entire week. I do promise you that we will be delving much deeper and going over more of Vlad in the next episode. In addition, as soon as I can find the document I have about it, I will actually detail exactly what Raid is, because it does become a very important sport later on in the story of the Draco family. So, that being said, allow me to leave you with this. You cannot kill what is not alive. You cannot strike an ocean. You cannot smite with force of arm the magic of dark devotion. So hearken unto Father's words, walk straight to Mother follow, for a piece of evil watches you from the darkest hollow. Sweet dreams.